Man, the deer are getting small out here. They ain't much bigger than a rabbit. Oh wait, that is a rabbit. He must be got his eye out for something. About a half-grown rabbit. Buddy, if you know what's good for you, you'll hide out here with all these coyotes that's out here. Standing up on his hind legs. Seen one spike horn earlier, or a cow horn, but he was in the opposite direction than what we set up. Maybe old big buck will come through directly, hopefully. If not, we'll watch the rabbits and the squirrels. Getting ready to go, and a young buck come out down there. Look like a 4, maybe a 6 point. A nice 4 point coming up to the feeder there. He's smelling deer. Looking down here now. We in the blind here today. Sitting in the blind this evening. Checking everything out. Why couldn't that have been an old big buck? Thought we was almost get a crack at one there for a minute. Ain't much light left. Might be got 5 more minutes of light. Well, we'll wait and see if nothing comes out. Yeah, got old doe down there. She kind of spooky as to whether to come on out or not. She's looking everything over pretty good. She went back in now. Now we got a doe down that way. Had a doe looking at us from each side. I ain't seen a big buck yet. Small bucks were moving yesterday though. It got hot again today. It got back up to 80, I think 87, 88 degrees. Probably cool back off Wednesday though. Well, YouTube, that looked like all that me and Nadine was gonna see for the day. But we'll go home and check these Sims cards and see if we have anything interesting on Sims cards. I had to move one of my feeders the other day because I had a bear turning it over. And if one of them cards is the card that's got the pictures of the bear on there, we'll share that with you. I wish he'd have tried to turn my feeder over while I was sitting here, because I'd have got up and I'd have walked down there and I'd have punched him right in the nose. That'd learn him better than go there trying to mess somebody's stuff up. Anyhow, we fixing to pack up and we go home and check the SIM cards and see what we have on that and try to bring you a little something over for our last few days of sitting. We'll see you in a little bit. Here goes a picture of the wild hog on there before the bear come there. So they had a wild hog eating at that feeder there also. And man, the turkeys would eat up all the corn before it got dark. So I had to, that was another reason I had to move it, to try to get away from all that bunch of hens. They'd come there, stay there all day long, all the corn was gone. And then when it get dark, only thing the deer would have was what I had it set for to go off in the evening times. They could come there and eat at night. That's a good sized hog there. I'm glad he kind of moved on too, but I moved my feeder. But they'll probably find it again before too long. Yeah, if he comes through there when I can see him, I'll try to bust up on him. I come in there to the feeder, my feeder turned over. I said, what in the world happened to him? And the leg that's on the ground is turned around backwards from what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be turned around the other way. I don't know, bear must have pulled it out. I didn't get pictures of him, but I only got the camera set on like every 5 minutes. But I walk in there, I see that feeder laying, and I said, what in the world happened here? I said, I know that hog didn't turn it over. Then when I got home and checked the SIMS card, then I could see what it was. Old Slewfoot was back. I usually see him once or twice a year. I hadn't seen him with my eyes this year. I just got him on the SIM card. And he ain't no little fella, I can promise you that. There he is up there at the feeder. They only got a couple of pictures of him. And then the feeder was turned over on the next pictures and the coon was there. But that's a picture of the old bear. There's more than one out there. There's several of them. One year I was getting one on one of my cameras at one of my tree stands, and there was 2 bears would be at the other corn pile. But that old big bow bear, he lay down on top of the corn pile. I had a piling up corn then, pouring it on the ground. He'd lay down on his belly and just rake it to him instead of standing up to eat it. And once he did that, they wasn't nothing coming there. The deer would quit coming. Nothing wouldn't come there and eat. I'd have to let the corn run out and let him move on, then start putting out corn again to get the deer to come back. And the old buck with the messed up horns, he keeps showing up. Keep getting him on there. Sometimes he might skip a night, but he's pretty regular. Sometimes it's hard to pattern a deer, but I got that old buck there patterned. Got him patterned out. He comes there 9 o'clock, stays a while. He comes at 12 o'clock and stays a while. He comes at 3 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes he'll hang around for 2 or 3 hours. But when it starts cracking daylight, he vanishes before it starts getting light. But he's messing around with them does there now, and he can mess up directly. Somebody will get him. Anyhow, this is mine and Nadine's little trips for the week, and hope you enjoyed. We try to bring you what video we can get until we can get one. But if you look, he'll go right there and lay down. and he'll bed there. I've seen him get pictures of him for 2 hours laying there in that one spot. He'll wait on them does and stuff to feed. Then after a while he'll get up and come back and eat some more corn. But before daylight he disappears. But all we can do is what we can do. But we got cool weather coming again this weekend. It got hot today, but it's cooling back off. Anyhow, I hope we'll catch you the next time, YouTube.